In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. Ta, Sin. These letters are one of the miracles of the Qur'an, and none but Allah, alone, knows their meanings. A guide to the right path, and glad tidings for the believers, who believe in the oneness of Allah, that is, Islamic monotheism. Those who perform as-salat, iqamat as-salat, and give zakat, and they believe with certainty in the hereafter, resurrection, recompense of their good and bad deeds, paradise and hell. Verily, those who believe not in the hereafter, we have made their deeds fair seeming to them, so that they wander about blindly. They are those for whom there will be an evil torment, in this world. And in the hereafter they will be the greatest losers. And verily, you, O Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, are being taught the Qur'an from one, all-wise, all-knowing. Remember, when Musa, Moses, said to his household, "Verily I have seen a fire, I will bring you from there some information, or I will bring you a burning brand, that you may warm yourselves." But when he came to it, he was called, "Blessed is whosoever is in the fire, and whosoever is round about it." And glorified be Allah, the Lord of the Alameen, mankind, jinn, and all that exists. O Musa, Moses. Verily it is I, Allah, the Almighty, the All-Wise. And throw down your stick. But when he saw it moving as if it were a snake, he turned in flight, and did not look back. It was said, O Musa, Moses. Fear not, verily the messengers fear not in front of me. Except him who has done wrong and afterwards has changed evil for good, then surely, I am oft forgiving, most merciful. And put your hand into your bosom, it will come forth white without hurt. These are, among the 9 signs, you will take, to Pharaoh, and his people. Verily they are a people who are fasikun, rebellious, disobedient to Allah. But when our ayat, proofs, evidence, verses, lessons, signs, revelations, etc., came to them, clear to see, they said, "This is a manifest magic." And they belied them, those ayat, wrongfully and arrogantly, though their own selves were convinced thereof, that is, those ayat are from Allah, and Musa, Moses, is the messenger of Allah in truth, but they disliked to obey Musa, Moses, and hated to believe in his message of monotheism. So see what was the end of the mufsidun, disbelievers, disobedient to Allah, evildoers and liars. And indeed we gave knowledge to Dawood, David, and Sulaiman, Solomon, and they both said, "All the praises and thanks be to Allah, who has preferred us above many of his believing slaves." And Sulaiman, Solomon, inherited the knowledge of Dawood, David. He said, "O mankind! We have been taught the language of birds, and on us have been bestowed all things. This, verily, is an evident grace, from Allah." And there were gathered before Sulaiman, Solomon, his hosts of jinn and men, and birds, and they all were set in battle order, marching forward. Till, when they came to the valley of the ants, one of the ants said, "O ants! Enter your dwellings, lest Sulaiman, Solomon, and his hosts should crush you, while they perceive not." So he, Sulaiman, Solomon, smiled, amused at her speech and said, "My lord, grant me the power and ability that I may be grateful for your favors which you have bestowed on me and on my parents, and that I may do righteous good deeds that will please you, and admit me by your mercy among your righteous slaves." He inspected the birds, and said, "What is the matter that I see not the hoopoe? Or is he among the absentees? I will surely punish him with a severe torment, or slaughter him, unless he brings me a clear reason." But the hoopoe stayed not long, he came up and said, "I have grasped the knowledge of a thing, which you have not grasped, and I have come to you from Saba, Sheba, with true news. I found a woman ruling over them, she has been given all things that could be possessed by any ruler of the earth, and she has a great throne. I found her and her people worshipping the sun instead of Allah, and Shaitan, Satan, has made their deeds fair seeming to them, and has barred them from Allah's way, so they have no guidance. As Shaitan, Satan, has barred them from Allah's way, so they do not worship, prostrate themselves before Allah, who brings to light what is hidden in the heavens and the earth, and knows what you conceal and what you reveal. Allah, none has the right to be worshipped but He, the Lord of the Supreme Throne. Sulaiman, Solomon, said, "We shall see whether you speak the truth or you are, one, of the liars. Go you with this letter of mine, and deliver it to them, then draw back from them, and see what answer they return." She said, "O chiefs! Verily, here is delivered to me a noble letter. Verily it is from Sulaiman, Solomon, and verily, it reads, in the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. Be you not exalted against me, but come to me as Muslims, true believers who submit to Allah with full submission." She said, "O chiefs! Advise me in this case of mine. I decide no case till you are present with me, and give me your opinions." They said, "We have great strength, and great ability for war, but it is for you to command, so think over what you will command." She said, "Verily kings, when they enter a town, country, they despoil it and make the most honorable amongst its people the lowest. And thus they do. But verily, I am going to send him a present, and see with what answer the messengers return." So when the messengers with the present came to Sulaiman, Solomon, he said, "Will you help me in wealth? What Allah has given me is better than that which He has given you. Nay, you rejoice in your gift." Then Sulaiman, Solomon, said to the chief of her messengers who brought the present, "Go back to them. We verily shall come to them with hosts that they cannot resist, and we shall drive them out from there in disgrace, and they will be abased." He said, "O chiefs! Which of you can bring me her throne before they come to me surrendering themselves in obedience?" A Ifrit, strong one, from the jinn said, "I will bring it to you before you rise from your place, counsel. And verily, I am indeed strong, and trustworthy for such work." One with whom was knowledge of the scripture said, "I will bring it to you within the twinkling of an eye." Then when he, Sulaiman, Solomon, saw it placed before him, he said, "This is by the grace of my Lord, to test me whether I am grateful or ungrateful. And whoever is grateful, truly, his gratitude is for the good of his own self, and whoever is ungrateful, he is ungrateful only for the loss of his own self. Certainly my Lord is rich, free of all needs, bountiful." He said, "Disguise her throne for her that we may see whether she will be guided, to recognize her throne, or she will be one of those not guided." So when she came, it was said to her, "Is your throne like this?" She said, "It is, as though it were the very same." And Sulaiman, Solomon, said, "Knowledge was bestowed on us before her, and we were submitted to Allah, in Islam as Muslims before her. And that which she used to worship besides Allah has prevented her from Islam, for she was of a disbelieving people. It was said to her, 'Enter us, sir, a glass surface with water underneath it or a palace,' but when she saw it, she thought it was a pool, and she tucked up her clothes, uncovering her legs." Sulaiman, Solomon, said, "Verily, it is a glass surface with water underneath it or a palace." She said, "My Lord, verily, I have wronged myself, and I submit, in Islam, together with Sulaiman, Solomon, to Allah, the Lord of the Alameen, mankind, jinn, and all that exists. And indeed we sent to Thamud their brother Salih, saying, Worship Allah, alone and none else. Then look. They became two parties, believers and disbelievers, quarreling with each other. He said, O my people! Why do you seek to hasten the evil, torment, before the good, Allah's mercy? Why seek you not the forgiveness of Allah, that you may receive mercy? They said, We augur ill omen from you and those with you. He said, Your ill omen is with Allah, nay, but you are a people that are being tested. And there were in the city 9 men, from the sons of their chiefs, who made mischief in the land, and would not reform. They said, "Swear one to another by Allah that we shall make a secret night attack on him and his household, and thereafter we will surely say to his near relatives, we witnessed not the destruction of his household, and verily we are telling the truth." So they plotted a plot, and we plotted a plot, while they perceived not. Then see how was the end of their plot. Verily, we destroyed them and their nation, altogether. These are their houses in utter ruin, for they did wrong. Verily, in this is indeed an ayah, a lesson or a sign, for people who know. And we saved those who believed, and used to fear Allah, and keep their duty to Him. And, remember, Lot. When he said to his people, "Do you commit al-fahisha, evil, great sin, every kind of unlawful sexual intercourse, sodomy, while you see one another doing evil without any screen? Do you practice your lusts on men instead of women? Nay, but you are a people who behave senselessly." There was no other answer given by his people except that they said, "Drive out the family of Lot, from your city. Verily, these are men who want to be clean and pure." So we saved him and his family, except his wife. We destined her to be of those who remained behind. And we rained down on them a rain of stones. So evil was the rain of those who were warned. Say, O Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, praise and thanks be to Allah, and peace be on his slaves whom he has chosen, for his message. Is Allah better, or all, that you ascribe as partners, to him? Of course, Allah is better. Is not He better than your gods, who created the heavens and the earth, and sends down for you water, rain, from the sky, whereby we cause to grow wonderful gardens full of beauty and delight? It is not in your ability to cause the growth of their trees. Is there any Allah, God, with Allah? Nay, but they are a people who ascribe equals to Him. Is not He better than your gods, who has made the earth as a fixed abode, and has placed rivers in its midst, and has placed firm mountains therein, and has set a barrier between the two seas, of salt and sweet water? Is there any Allah, God, with Allah? Nay, but most of them know not. Is not He better than your gods, who responds to the distressed one, when he calls on Him, and who removes the evil, and makes you inheritors of the earth, generations after generations? Is there any Allah, God, with Allah? Little is that you remember. Is not He better than your gods, who guides you in the darkness of the land and the sea, and who sends the winds as heralds of glad tidings, going before His mercy, rain? Is there any Allah, God, with Allah? High exalted be Allah above all that they associate as partners, to Him. Is not He better than your so-called gods, who originates creation, and shall thereafter repeat it, and who provides for you from heaven and earth? Is there any Allah, God, with Allah? Say, bring forth your proofs, if you are truthful. Say, none in the heavens and the earth knows the ghaib, unseen, except Allah, nor can they perceive when they shall be resurrected. Nay, they have no knowledge of the hereafter. Nay, they are in doubt about it. Nay, they are in complete blindness about it. And those who disbelieve say, when we have become dust, we and our fathers, shall we really be brought forth again? Indeed we were promised this, we and our forefathers before us, verily, these are nothing but tales of ancients. Say to them, O Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, travel in the land and see how has been the end of the mujrimun, criminals, those who denied Allah's messengers and disobeyed Allah. And grieve you not over them, nor be straitened, in distress, because of what they plot. And they, the disbelievers in the oneness of Allah, say, when will this promise be fulfilled, if you are truthful? Say, perhaps that which you wish to hasten on, may be close behind you. Verily, your Lord is full of grace for mankind, yet most of them do not give thanks. And verily, your Lord knows what their breasts conceal and what they reveal. And there is nothing hidden in the heaven and the earth, but it is in a clear book, that is, Al-Lawh al-Mahfuz. Verily, this Qur'an narrates to the children of Israel most of that in which they differ. And truly, this Qur'an, is a guide and a mercy for the believers. Verily, your Lord will decide between them, various sects, by his judgment. And he is the Almighty, the All-Knowing. So put your trust in Allah. Surely, you, O Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, are on manifest truth. Verily, you cannot make the dead to hear, nor can you make the deaf to hear the call, that is, benefit them, and similarly the disbelievers, when they flee, turning their backs. Nor can you lead the blind out of their error. You can only make to hear those who believe in our ayat, proofs, evidence, verses, lessons, signs, revelations, etc., and who have submitted themselves to Allah in Islam as Muslims. And when the word of torment is fulfilled against them, we shall bring out from the earth a beast for them, to speak to them, because mankind believed not with certainty in our ayat, verses of the Qur'an and Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him. And, remember, the day when we shall gather out of every nation a troop of those who denied our ayat, proofs, evidence, verses, lessons, signs, revelations, etc., and, then, they, all, shall be driven, to the place of reckoning. Till, when they come, before their Lord at the place of reckoning, he will say, Did you deny my ayat, proofs, evidence, verses, lessons, signs, revelations, etc., whereas you comprehended them not by knowledge, of their truth or falsehood, or what, else, was it that you used to do? And the word of torment will be fulfilled against them, because they have done wrong, and they will be unable to speak, in order to defend themselves. See they not that we have made the night for them to rest therein, and the day sight-giving? Verily, in this are ayat, proofs, evidence, verses, lessons, signs, revelations, etc., for the people who believe. And, remember, the day on which the trumpet will be blown, and all who are in the heavens and all who are on the earth, will be terrified except him whom Allah will exempt. And all shall come to him, humbled. And you will see the mountains and think them solid, but they shall pass away as the passing away of the clouds. The work of Allah, who perfected all things, verily he is well acquainted with what you do. Whoever brings a good deed, that is, belief in the oneness of Allah along with every deed of righteousness, will have better than its worth, and they will be safe from the terror on that day. And whoever brings an evil deed, that is, shirk, polytheism, disbelief in the oneness of Allah and every evil sinful deed, they will be cast down, prone, on their faces in the fire. And it will be said to them, Are you being recompensed anything except what you used to do? I, Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, have been commanded only to worship the Lord of this city, Makkah, who has sanctified it and to whom belongs everything. And I am commanded to be from among the Muslims, those who submit to Allah in Islam. And that I should recite the Qur'an, then whosoever receives guidance, receives it for the good of his own self, and whosoever goes astray, say, to him, I am only one of the warners. And say, O Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, to these polytheists and pagans, all the praises and thanks be to Allah. He will show you his ayat, signs, in yourselves and in the universe, or punishments, and you shall recognize them. And your Lord is not unaware of what you do.